I'd be happy to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be great.
So this is a message from God. When you align with me, I can steer your company in the direction necessary for your highest good. When you go it alone, you struggle in ways that are unnecessary. When you align with me, I can lead, guide, and supply in ways you may not realize. Trust and let go and allow me to work through you, and you will have a business that gives you rewards beyond your current imagination. It will serve you and those whom you serve, benefiting all. Trust I see the bigger picture. I have access to all. I know your gifts and purpose, and I can align you with what is optimal for all. So really the key is connections with source first and foremost, and that connection opens the soul of your business, aligning all better so God can work through you individually, can work through your company directly.
And
So,
how do you communicate to our listening audience of how they can start to communicate with source so they can allow and connect?
the best way to do that is to go in your heart. People have a tendency to pray from their heads or want to create from their head. And even with the law of attraction, they're trying to create from the intellect. And you need to create and align within your heart and have that emotional connection and intention. And then source, who you connect with within your heart, can energize and help you magnify and demonstrate what it is that you want to create. If you surrender your business to God and allow God to work through the business wholly, you will always be led and guided into what is for your highest and best good. So it's really aligning source and your soul of your business and your own soul, so you're all working in conjunction with the highest and best good outcome in mind. And you don't necessarily have to know intellectually what to do as much as feel the inspiration that comes through you to do certain things, take certain actions, call certain people. And if you do that and live in the moment, you're living in the now, connected to your heart, surrendering your business to God, then God can work through you more effortlessly to create whatever is optimal.
So I know when I do some meditate, I have quiet time meditation. It's I do it in the morning, but Dr. Wayne Dyer also talked about that moment. It's like a message from God when you get inspired deeply, energetically, purposefully to do something. So that is like a message. So the more quiet we are, the more messages like that we can get. Is that what I'm hearing?
Meditation is wonderful. It's a great way to be centering yourself to connect and get those messages coming through. Mm-hmm. So I highly recommend anybody meditating. What I used to do is even write a list of tasks that I wanted to accomplish or goals for the day, meditate and ask God, which should I do for the day? And I might come up with 20 on my list. He would give me 3. I would get those done, feel satisfied, and it would move my business forward. The other way, I would just feel overwhelmed and unsatisfied because I couldn't keep up with the list.
That's a great tip, Joy. That's really a good tip. Yeah. Because so many people are really confronted with so many different challenges hitting us one way and another. And we can get carried away with that, right? Right, Kimberly?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely true.
So do you work with a lot of businesses to help them through their rough times? And what do you find the biggest challenge in working with businesses in this way that you're speaking, Joy?
I think it's really, for anybody, it's just letting go. When you are in alignment with source, magic can happen. And where that's stopped are the preconceived notions, limited beliefs, and emotions, the fears that block people. So by letting go of all that baggage and then just trusting that you'll be provided for, because God is the source of all. And if that is empowered, that belief is empowered and the trust is there, and you just let go, business just takes care of itself. And the hardest thing I have people struggling with is the letting go and then operating from their heart. But when I work with people on a weekly basis, usually my business clients are a half an hour appointment once a week, and we're just clearing whatever's coming up, whether it's travel, business, their property, their equipment, any limiting beliefs, any challenges, problems with sales cycles, their legal department, any of those things. We just keep clearing the energies so everything is in alignment with the highest and best good for all, and then things turn out much easier and they're much more successful.
So here's an important clarification you can give to our listeners. What is alignment, and how do we know that we have alignment?
Alignment, I think you just know it when you're just in the flow.
What is it?
When you're in flow?
What is alignment?
Alignment?
Yeah.
Your alignment was when you are aligned with, you're congruent within yourself and with source. And the way in which you notice it's working is when you are in flow. Life just happens effortlessly. If it's not happening effortlessly, you know you're not in alignment, and you know you're not surrendered. And it's a process.
It's a feeling of surrender. Is that what you're saying?
Well, when you're surrendered, you're not worrying, and life just shows up effortlessly. If you're struggling at all, you know you're not surrendered, and you know you're not in alignment.
That may be probably the biggest challenge, because when you say surrender, it's like, oh, I got to let go. I got to pay this. I got to do this. I got to order that. Blah, 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 blah. And if I don't do that, blah, blah, blah. And if I let go of that, OMG, right? Is the world going to fall apart? And you're asking to trust in that moment and let go. That's what I'm hearing. Is that correct, Joy?
Yes.
And is that easy for you to get your clients to do that?
Some do it easier than others. I mean, I know this was a whole process for me over the years of doing my own work on myself. It's letting go is sometimes the hardest thing. Your ego gets in the way. You're attached to old stories and methods of doing business. And like I had guidance the other day from Isaiah appeared to me, Isaiah from the Bible, and said, I have to let go of the limiting belief that I have to work for money. So you think you have to do things in a certain way, and you're programmed to do things in a certain way, and then you have fear of letting go of what those old programs are. But we're moving into a new golden age, heaven on earth, 5D, the fifth dimension, and we do business with more ease. So God's been trying to get everybody to think about aligning with Him, aligning with your soul, the soul of your business, and then you can do business in a much more effortless manner than the struggles that and the kind of tools that everybody's been using so far. You know, you have to do it this way.
Okay, but Joy, let me ask you this question, because when Isaiah says to you, you have to let go of money or making money, how does that land when you know you have to pay rent, or you have to pay a mortgage, or you have to pay for your car, and you have to buy food? How does that land for you?
Well, no, he was saying to let go of the limiting belief that you have to work for money. So in other words, money can come to you from other avenues. If you're attached to having to work for it or work hard for it, that's the way you're programmed, and that's the way you're going to experience making money. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're limiting your ability to just receive when you're attached to old programming of how it's supposed to show up.
I see. Mm-hmm. Wow.
So we're also challenging the whole mindset that business is about masculine effort rather than feminine receptive effort. So that receptiveness is what is the new age of business. This has been going on for a while, but so allowing instead of pushing out, allowing. And some people can relate to that a little bit. We're right?
Yes.
So let me ask you, you've got a bundle of free spiritual gifts. Can you tell us some more about that and how people can get a hold of you?
Well, if they go to www.giftsfromjoy.com, there's a whole bunch of gifts as well as they can reach me through that website, but joypedersen.com is also a way they can reach me directly.
Giftsfromjoy.com. I love that.
Excellent. So, looks like we're running out of time, but this is so, this is so just, I'm sure the listeners are just thrilled with going, wow, what is the soul of my business? Because I think Patricia and I want to know, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so
Just
we'll
talking
have
about
to
that
figure
earlier,
that
right?
out.
Really, it's like, okay, all these challenges, and how do we make ends meet? Oh, we let go? Oh, yeah.
Right, right. So, well, Joy, it's been such a joy. It's just such a pleasure to always to know you and to have you on the show. So we want to thank also thank Integrative Healing Arts and Wellness Center for their sponsorship. And we want to thank you all for joining us today, and be sure to listen in next time.